to episode 4 of the Electric Scooter Showdown, the show where I compare 2 of the most popular electric scooters on the market and test them to see which is right for you. If you want to buy or rent any of these scooters, then the links will be in the description below, and if you've gained any value from these videos and want to support the channel, then please use those links or consider buying some merch. Let's get on with it. Let's look at the specs. Both scooters have the same top speed. The Xiaomi Pro has a more powerful motor, a larger battery capacity, therefore a longer range, but it'll take you longer to charge and cost you more than the Xiaomi M365. Now let's look at both these scooters in more detail. The Xiaomi Pro stands about 5 centimeters taller than the original Xiaomi. The handlebars on the Pro are actually 1 centimeter wider than on the M365. The accelerator lever on the Pro remains the same, as does the brake lever remains the same. One of the biggest additions to the Pro is the addition of a handy new LCD screen, which is very bright. It shows how fast you're going, what mode you're in, of which there are 3 modes, if the lights are on or off, if the Bluetooth is on or off, if there's any mechanical defects, and how much battery life you've got left. It's a welcome addition. The base plate on the Pro is longer and wider than on the original Xiaomi, which makes it more comfortable to ride. The lights on the Pro also seem a little bit brighter than on the M365. The wheels on the Xiaomi Pro seem to be exactly the same as those on the M365. The only noticeable difference is this inclusion of a red ring to make you look cool. The disc brake on the Pro is slightly larger than that of the M365. Let's find out in the brake test to see if it makes any difference. It's unfortunate not to see a quick release mechanism added to the Pro, which would have made changing tyres and fixing punctures a lot easier. Unfortunately, the folding mechanism on the Xiaomi Pro seems to be the same as the one on the M365, which we know to be problematic over time with bolts coming loose and making the handle stem very shaky. We're going to have to wait and see to see if the Pro folding mechanism has been improved. Folding down the Xiaomi Pro is exactly the same as folding down the Xiaomi M365. It's a shame that Xiaomi have neglected to add suspension to the Xiaomi Pro, which would have made it a more comfortable ride overall. The new Xiaomi Pro has put on a bit of weight since the M365. It now weighs 14.2 kilograms, which is probably because of the larger body and the larger battery overall. The Xiaomi M365, on the other hand, only weighs 12.5 kilograms. The Xiaomi Pro in its folded form is pretty much identical to the Xiaomi M365, except it's a little bit bigger. You might find yourself standing in this position on a crowded bus or train, and as you can see, both scooters are pretty portable, but because of the awkward shape of the Xiaomi scooters, it makes them a little bit more cumbersome. Both scooters are supported by an official app, which allows you to access additional functionality of the scooter. You can see exactly how fast you're going, how much battery you have left, you can toggle cruise control, and play with the energy recovery strength of the regenerative braking, upgrade the firmware, and even lock the scooter. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but Xiaomi have not addressed the problem of the exposed wire that goes underneath the rear light, and as you can see on this particular model of the Xiaomi Pro, it's already starting to wear away, which means I can kiss goodbye to this rear light soon. Nice one, Xiaomi. Nice one. Another area Xiaomi could have improved the Pro is on the underside. It's still covered in this very thin, rickety plastic material, which is exactly the same as on the M365. Obviously, cost-cutting, Xiaomi. Well done. Great job. Another area that Xiaomi have copped out on is this plastic rubber covering for the battery port remains the same, which is really crappy, and as you can see by this older M365, eventually it just sticks out and doesn't cover anything. Great job, Xiaomi. Great job. And now it's time for some tests with the Mario Brothers.
Who's number one now? Luigi.
Okay, good morning guys. Let me introduce you to the Xiaomi Pro. We're going to go for a range test today. I'll give you my first impressions and a full review. Let's go. Okay, here we go. The first commute with the Xiaomi M365 Pro, and it started raining. Of course it has. Okay, so straight away, the first thing I noticed about this scooter is the improved acceleration. It really is quick off the mark. Okay, so now on my way up a long sloping hill, which doesn't seem to faze the scooter whatsoever. We're still at a strong 15 miles per hour. So another thing I'm noticing about this scooter is it has a bit of a tendency to wheel spin. It's no biggie, but obviously that's that more powerful motor and stronger torque kicking in. I have to say though, even though these cobbles are causing me some troubles, I'm loving the extra pull up the hills. Get out of the way, pigeons. Ah. Okay guys, that's the first leg of my commute complete. That's 4.5 miles in the bag. I'm gonna now check on the app and see exactly how much battery life we've used. Slight problem, the app isn't detecting the new scooter. Oops, sorry about that. But thankfully we do have the new display which will show how much battery life we've lost. So let's have a look. Okay, so we've lost 1 bar of battery for about 4.5 miles, which is pretty good going. Now I have to interrupt this video because I need to go and teach a class at Pineapple, and then we'll continue this video when I get back. Bring the rhyme, it's 2019, the future is here. So why, oh why, are we stuck in first gear? We got 2-ton cars with deadly emissions, getting hard to breathe, I'm like a man on a mission. Alright guys, class complete. This is my friend Stan. He's just trying out the scooter for the first time. I think he likes it. You got a good bit of speed there.
Smooth, great for beginners, sleek, smart.
There you go, it's the future. If Stan says it's the future, it's the future.
Everyone can. Right, I'm gonna have to shoot.
Okay, just picking up where we left off. We've done 4.5 miles already and we've lost 1 bar. Taught my class, went well by the way. You should come along sometime. I teach Pineapple, yeah. So to get to Brick Lane is another 3.2 miles. Let's get on with it and see how she goes. Okay guys, welcome to Brick Lane. This place is usually mad busy on a Sunday, but it's a bit late in the day now, so everyone's kind of cleared off. So the scooter made it here with no problems at all, no lack of performance, no lack of acceleration. She performed absolutely beautifully, so let's see how much battery life we've got left. Okay, so after another 3.5 miles, we've only lost 2 altogether. Now, to get me home from here, it's another 4.5 miles, which will be what, 12.5 miles in total. I'm quietly confident it's going to get me there, but I do expect the performance will suffer towards the end of the trip. If I do get home, it'll be the first range test I've ever got home without the scooter packing in on me. So, let's go. Oh, Oh, brilliantly, it got me home. Hurrah! Got me home with 1 bar to spare. Yeah, so it got me home with 1 bar to spare. In actual fact, when I was coming up the road, I still had like 2 bars left, so I carried on up the hill, went to Aldi, got some shopping, and came back because it was doing so well. The performance did suffer as it was flashing from 2 bars down to 1 bar, but that was to be expected. But to be honest, it could still retain top speed, it was just struggling on the hills. I'm going to go inside and figure out exactly just how many real world miles the Xiaomi Pro managed to do. Okay guys, that was the Xiaomi Pro versus the Xiaomi M365. Big thanks to Pure Scooters for lending me the scooter for this review. But let's get down to business. How far did the Xiaomi Pro get me in the real world? Well, let's find out. By my maths, which is always wrong, it got me 12.4 miles, which isn't bad at all really. It's a sizable upgrade, I guess, from the Xiaomi M365, which gets me around 9 miles. It's worth mentioning that on my last video, which was a 360 ride around London with the iBike group in fancy dress, I actually managed about 18, maybe even 20 miles on the Xiaomi Pro, largely because we were going slow and I ended up using eco mode, so do bear that in mind. But the big question is, would I upgrade to the Xiaomi Pro from the Xiaomi M365? Well, the answer is no. No. Short answer, no, I wouldn't bother. To be honest, I don't think you're missing that much. It's very much an incremental upgrade. You're going to get further and you're going to get a nicer, faster acceleration, but that's all you're really getting. It hasn't addressed any of the faults that the previous version has. I would have liked to have seen much more from the Xiaomi Pro upgrade. Maybe an extra mode of speed to go that little bit faster, maybe 18-20 miles per hour. I would have loved to have seen suspension, maybe foldable handlebars. I would have liked to have seen it become lighter and charge faster rather than getting heavier and charge longer. Probably not even possible. But saying all that, if I was about to buy a Xiaomi M365, I would probably hold off and wait for the Pro. You will appreciate the extra torque, it's got a bit more fun factor, and the range will obviously get you further. But like I said, if you've got an M365, don't worry about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Another comparison video in the bag. Please let me know which 2 scooters you want to see go to head in the next one. If you want to buy, rent any of these scooters, links are in the description below. As always, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment below to get involved in the community, and we'll see you in the next one. Legalize it. Legalize it. So side deep, have we got a deal? You're the man in the street, so let's keep this real.